Very good morning and many thanks for joining us here on KTN News, Kenya's premier 24-hour news channel. And many thanks for joining us on this 11th day of December 2016. Let's now, I'm Ben Kitty, let's now keep on our story, a developing story we have been following up for you since early morning, and that is tragedy at the along the Naivasha-Nakuru highway that happened at around 9:30 last evening. That is this early morning. That is where a fuel tanker, a chemical tanker, lost control at Karai area, around Kinungi area as you approach Naivasha, where a fuel tanker, that chemical tanker, lost control, rammed into several cars, about a dozen cars, according to a statement by the National Disaster Management Unit. They sent a statement early morning that tanker lost control, rammed into a dozen vehicles and exploded into flames. More than 40 people have been confirmed dead. It is a horrific accident along the Naivasha-Nakuru highway that happened in early this morning. And that is what we have been trying to follow up on. Those are pictures. We shall be bringing you pictures from last night. It was as members of the Naivasha Fire Brigade, as well as the Kenya Red Cross and the National Disaster Management Unit, tried to rescue the survivors. The total number of survivors, as at this point, not known yet, but they have been rushed to the Naivasha District Hospital. Remember, this happened at Karai area along as you approach Naivasha from Kinungi area. That is when a fuel tanker, a tanker that was carrying a highly inflammable substance, lost control along that area, which of course usually has a lot of traffic at any given time of the day, and rammed into several cars, 12 of them, 13 according to the National Disaster Management Unit, and exploded into flames. The death toll as we speak, what we can confirm is 40 people have been confirmed dead. More are feared to have lost their lives. The survivors of this horrific accident being rushed to the Naivasha District Hospital. This, of course, has been raising several issues, several key queries. One of them is that tankers are not supposed to use the Kijabe Naivasha Nakuru Road. They are supposed to use the Maimahio Naivasha Road because of the kind of traffic that is usually at that place. So many queries been asked, why was this particular ill-fated tanker using the Kijabe Naivasha Nakuru Road? Another question that has been asked is, at the time that tanker was on the road, that is past 9 p.m., which is against the law. So these are queries that are being raised. Kenyans are talking about this, especially on social media platforms. The government is yet to issue a statement as we speak. Many hours later, we understand that the Ministry of Transport officials are at the scene, including the CS, the PS rather, the PS of the Ministry of Transport, that is Irungu Nyakera. We understand they are at the scene. But as we speak, up to now, the government has not issued a statement. But what we know, the latest from that ill-fated tanker that lost control at Karai area as you approach Naivasha from Kinungi has reached 40 survivors rushed to the Naivasha District Hospital. KTN News reporter in the county of Nakuru, Victor Ogale, has been following this up for us since early morning. We join Victor live on the phone. Victor, good morning. What do we know so far?
Ben, just a clarification. Initially, everyone thought that it was a tanker, but it has been confirmed it was not a tanker. It was a lorry, rather a truck that was ferrying glue or gum. It was ferrying glue adhesive that is normally used for sticking leather. It was ferrying it towards Nairobi, and it had Ugandan registration plates. So that is what it collided with a vehicle that was carrying a contingent of GSE officers. Then after that, more and more vehicles. And remember that the substance that the lorry was carrying is combustive, and it blew up, and that is what caused the inferno. Remember that particular place at Karai, as you drive downhill towards Naivasha, There are speed bumps that were erected there a few months ago by NTSA. And some of the drivers were actually blaming the speed bumps, especially for a new driver. Once you're driving down and you hit the first bump, perhaps you may panic. Or rather, if you're driving down and you're speeding and you see there's a long queue of vehicles ahead of you that are possibly trying to go past the bumps and they'll slow down, that is what may have caused the accident. But I can confirm to you it was not a tanker, as most people are saying on social media and every other media arena, Ben.
So Victor, just to be clear for our viewers, you're saying it was not a fuel tank, it was not a tank carrying chemicals. If you can just come for us again, what exactly kind of trailer it was?
It was a lorry. It was a lorry that had Ugandan registration plates that was carrying adhesive, rather glue, packed in 5-liter jerrycans, white jerrycans. Even some of the jerrycans are as seen. Some of the people who came there even last night, they were trying to carry the adhesive and going with it. So it was not a tanker. That was the cause of the inferno, because after it knocked the other vehicles, the closest vehicle that was there, according to the eyewitness, was a vehicle that was carrying police officers, and that is it blew up, and from that fire started spreading to one car, to another, and then to another, Ben.
All right. What Victor, what can you tell us about, the death toll so far and maybe survivors from that horrific incident?
Well, yeah, the things here, as of yesterday, they were not very good. We managed to do a head count of over 25 bodies. The National Transport and Safety Authority, NTSA, have confirmed. They have said that 33 bodies have been taken to the Naivasha Sub-County Hospital, and 2 survivors have been taken to the Kenyatta National Hospital for further treatment. Remember, Ben, also, this comes at a time when there is a doctor strike, not only here in Nakuru County, but as well as the entire nation. So this is also a wake-up call to the stakeholders to ensure that such things don't get off guard. Remember, if there's a time we had a tragedy in Sashangwan that is also in Nakuru County, and there were many casualties. So in this scenario, I think it's an issue of the stakeholders coming together and perhaps coming with an amicable solution to ensure that such things don't get us off guard. Even the rescue operations, even now as we speak, Ben, the wreckages are still beside the vehicle, just a few centimeters from the road. There are so many people here. People have come, relatives have come here. It is also slowing down traffic going either towards Nairobi or towards Nakuru and Naivasha. That might also be a disaster because someone might get hit as the vehicles are going down. And, it's an issue that needs to be considered well by everyone.
And Victor, have you seen any government presence there? Until now, we are yet to get any official statement from the government. We understand Ministry of Health, of Transport officials have been on the scene. Have you been able to talk to any government official?
Yeah, we spoke to the PS Transport, Mr. Irungu, as well as some manager of NTSA and some of the officials from the disaster prepared management units are here. But so far, the county commander of Nakuru is expected to come here, as well as the governor. But though we have not yet received any official communication, leaders are here. It is just busy, people trying to look at the vehicles, others trying to see perhaps if they can salvage everything. Kenyans, how they are. Some of the cars that are not badly burned, they're trying to see if they can get 1 or 2 things back.
And maybe any family members of anybody who's been able to lose somebody on that ill-fated accident? Yeah,
we got that. There is a gentleman that I spoke to by the name of Kinyo Fuka, and he's the manager of Motorline Circle. He was telling us that he came here to look for his driver. There is a Nissan Matatu, 14-passenger Nissan Matatu that was ferrying passengers towards Nakuru. And according to him, when he heard of the accident, they've been trying to get to the driver, but his phone has been off completely the entire night. So he told us that he's going to go to the morgue and perhaps see if he can identify the bodies, because some of the bodies were burnt beyond recognition, and they were badly burnt. We also had a lady who was here, and she seemed not to be very technical with vehicles. All she told us is that the husband drives a station wagon, and the husband had gone down to Molo area to visit some relatives, and he was driving back to Nairobi, Kitengela area. And she told us that she knows it's a station wagon. I mean, there are very many vehicles that are station wagons. There's a Fielder, you have the Golf. So she cannot quite tell because the vehicles are burnt, but she seemed to be in a somber mood, and she kept on her hand, she had a phone, and perhaps she kept trying to call the husband and see perhaps if the number could go through, Ben.
And what